keep that in. What? Burp if I want. How YouTube's super chat system is pushing video creators towards more extreme content. You already know who is going to be the subject of this article before you've even fucking read it. In late April, the white nationalist Christopher Cantwell, commonly known as the Crying Nazi, made an appearance on a YouTube channel run by Andy Warski. He was mentioned in the first fucking paragraph, that boasts nearly 275,000 subscribers. Cantwell was there to talk about how he would build a whites-only country within the United States. At one point during the livestream, a user with the screen name Hitler Did Everything Right spent $5 using YouTube's paid commenting system known as Superchats to ask Cantwell a question. So a fucking troll account, who gives a shit. They wanted to know how a hypothetical white ethno-state would deal with undocumented immigrants. Cantwell said anyone crossing the border illegally would have a fucking wood chipper waiting for them. Yeah, it was clearly a joke, right? But see how when you say stuff like that in front of people like fucking BuzzFeed, they're going to turn it. See, anything you say like that as a joke, BuzzFeed will take it 100% fucking literally because it suits the narrative. Right. The 2-hour live broadcast saw dozens of super chats, with one spending $500. I don't see how that's relevant. You guys should have me on more often, Cantwell said at one point. You're getting paid tonight. Yeah, exactly. Andy Warski was getting paid, not Cantwell. Prominent far-right and white nationalist figures have for months been helping YouTube channels earn thousands of dollars thanks to frequently racist commenters who pay for the opportunity to make their voices heard. Oh, I don't care about that. If people want to pay money to just say some fucking trolly racist bullshit, or even genuine racist bullshit, I don't care.
Nobody pays money for lovely shit. People pay money to be shocked.
They do. Their super chats are wholesome as fuck.
Your super chats are not wholesome. Well,
yeah, they are.
Now they are.
Yeah, they are.
95%
it's because you're in the room.
They're fucking cancer.
No, they're not. Right, where was it? BuzzFeed News tallied the super chat amounts from 2 recent videos featuring white nationalists Richard Spencer and Mike Enoch, and found that they brought in just over $4,000, of which YouTube itself takes a cut. The company declined to say how much. Well, fucking 2 seconds of research, they take a third. Was it 30% or a third of all super chat donations? That's how much YouTube gets. So basically, a third of everything you have paid for this stream, YouTube keeps it. Once you go black, you'll never get your society back. Fact, wrote a commenter who paid $5 for a super chat. It's fucking memes, man. The people that work at BuzzFeed just aren't as internet savvy as the rest of us. They still struggle with the whole philosophical concept of who means and who memes. Right, they can't tell the fucking difference. Like, see, whenever I see actual genuine racism online, I know it when I see it. See, whenever I see something as stupid as that, once you go black, you'll never get your society back. That's just utter fucking bullshit, man. It's just edginess for the sake of edginess. But people turn around and just try and say that it is actually real. There's not really any actual 1488 or Nazis anymore. They're an extraordinarily small population, but these people want to turn around and paint as if they're everywhere because it gives their fucking ideology validity. It's honestly fucking garbage, man. Fucking scaremongering. Another spent 20 Danish krone to say this lying bagel needs his mouth stuffed. Hashtag, I'm not going to say that. And someone going by the screen name National Socialist spent $100 for the super chat. White pride worldwide. Fucking hell. In response to a list of live streams featuring white nationalists compiled by BuzzFeed News, YouTube said some of the super chat comments fit its definition of hate speech, and that it would revisit its policies on super chat eligibility and enforcement. BuzzFeed doing what they usually do. They came after everyone during the adpocalypse and were trying to get people to pull ads. They fucking complained to YouTube before. I did a video on them ages ago when they were complaining really hard about people like David Seaman when he was on YouTube and Alex Jones making all this money from the stuff that they put out. Well, see, if people want to sponsor and advertise on it, then they can do that. That's completely up to fucking the companies that want to actually get advertising. But the only thing that I seen was that everybody else is doing well. Andy Warski and all that are doing really well. Alex Jones is doing well. Lots of people in our sphere, I'm not saying that I'm not saying I'm politically aligned with them or anything, but everybody in our sphere is actually doing quite well at the moment. BuzzFeed and everywhere else fucking suck. They are going under. Like, BuzzFeed actually had to do, not long ago, had to do tons and tons of layoffs. And I'm pretty sure some of the guys that actually work for BuzzFeed are actually getting investigated for sexual harassment. Because, you know, they don't exactly practice what they preach. But BuzzFeed are doing really, really badly right now. They're doing really, really shit. And I think this is their attempt at actually dragging everybody down with them. But, I mean, the fact of the matter is, like, it's not being successful because of racism or anything like that. Like, I'm not racist, I don't spout racist shit, and I'm probably doing better than BuzzFeed. It's simply because we're just much better than BuzzFeed. Not that that's hard or anything, but just BuzzFeed are just awful. See, if you actually practice good journalism and you try to be objective instead of pushing a narrative that everyone can see right fucking through, then you would be just fine. But instead you're doubling down, which is why you're suffering, and this is just a shit attempt for them to take all of us down with them. Anyways, hateful content that promotes violence has no place on YouTube. We carefully reviewed the live streams that were provided by BuzzFeed and found that the content does not meet our threshold for hate speech. However, we found that the comments shared in Superchat do, said a statement from a YouTube spokesperson. Now, this is the thing that's quite shite. If anyone wants to post that kind of shit, YouTube should then just probably go after the account that posted it, not the actual, like, for example, in my chat right now, I could easily, and I can already out the corner of my eye see a super chat for $14.88, right? So does that mean that, see if there's someone that you absolutely hated on YouTube, you could just go on, make a super chat and fucking say tons and tons of racist shit, and then that person gets a strike? It should be the account that made the super chat that gets targeted, not the fucking streamer themselves. So if anything, we should hopefully be fine. It'll just be the troll accounts that get it. Although not many troll accounts want to actually part with their money. They added that Super Chat is a relatively new feature. It's a small but growing source of revenue for some creators, and we're re-examining our policies in light of these edge cases. At least YouTube's acknowledging their edge cases. See, with some of the things that YouTube's doing lately, I'm actually kind of getting this feeling that YouTube are actually getting really fucking sick of bending the knee. I'm getting this entire vibe for YouTube that they are really fucking sick of bending the knee. Are you feeling it as well? I'm noticing that. I'm feeling it. Just with some of the things that they've been saying lately, I'm actually feeling that they are. The use of super chats to spread and monetize racism and hate speech is the latest content moderation and product headache for YouTube, the internet's biggest video platform. It has also drawn fire for hosting videos that exploit children, spread extremism, feature bestiality, and spread conspiracy theories. Spread conspiracy theories? Have you forgot about Pissgate, BuzzFeed? The Pissgate conspiracy theory, because that was you. That was you that started that, and you spread it even though you knew it was from a bad source. So you don't really get to comment on spreading conspiracy theories when you're guilty of that yourself. YouTube introduced Super Chats in early 2017 as a way for video creators to engage with their fans during live broadcasts and earn extra income in the process, because you kind of fucked us with the adpocalypse. But as is the case with just about every new engagement and monetization feature, Super Chats have been co-opted and used in ways YouTube didn't design or prepare for. For people to speak, YouTube didn't expect the use of the Super Chat question for people to type trolley bullshit. Yeah, YouTube knew fine well, they just didn't expect BuzzFeed to fucking throw their toys out the pram over it. A researcher who had been following these live streams told BuzzFeed News that Super Chats are underwriting the growth of extremist content in YouTube by generating monetary rewards for those most willing to push the envelope, all while bringing fringe white nationalist views to a large new audience. I don't see an issue with that, because most of the time they're being challenged on their views. Remember, our point of the debate is not to convince the person you're debating, it's to convince the audience. When you stitch together broadcast and instant monetization, you get a behaviour pattern that moves more and more towards extremes, said Joan Donovan, a researcher with Data and Society, a think tank studying the social effects of new technologies. Donovan said YouTube's moderation tools, which are well suited for detecting things like nudity, are insufficient for monitoring long-hour live streams and their accompanying live chats. Yeah, please don't try and get YouTube to implement a new algorithm. They've been working on the one they've got right now for about fucking 10 years, and it's shit. The power of Superchats is the most visible in the growth of a series of live debates dubbed Internet Blood Sports. Many of the contentious debates have been hosted by Worski, a self-described comedian, or pro-Trump internet troll Tim Guinnett, and better known as Baked Alaska. Yeah, I don't think he's around anymore. Worski, yeah. Thoughts can ruin a man's life. Worski initially agreed to speak to BuzzFeed News, but then broke off contact. I'm amazed that Worski actually agreed to speak to you in the first place, because he's very aware of who you are. Yeah, we all know not to talk to BuzzFeed because you wouldn't approach any of us with honest intentions at all. You're biased, right? If you actually did honest journalism, we would actually talk to you, but you don't. He did, however, talk in a live stream about whether he should do the interview and mused about broadcasting it without the reporter's knowledge. Guinnett, who years ago was briefly employed by BuzzFeed, did not reply to an interview request. It's because you're BuzzFeed. While theoretically open to all viewpoints, the participants in these live streams overwhelmingly come from the political right and the far right, including some of the most prominent white nationalists in the US. The resulting conversations inevitably focus on topics such as race science, white identity, and the so-called Jewish question, and generate thousands of dollars for the channels hosting them. Discussion's healthy. One particularly successful debate took place in January on Worski Live. It featured Richard Spencer and two conservative-leaning YouTubers arguing the merits of white ethno-nationalism. It became the #1 trending video on the entire site and has been viewed almost 500,000 times. That's because it was an extraordinarily interesting conversation. People seem to think that everybody that watches these immediately agrees with absolutely everything that gets said. It's fucking garbage, man. I think it's because people at BuzzFeed believe everything that they're fucking spoon-fed, so they think that everybody else is the exact same way. It was also lucrative. The Spencer debate brought in more than 2,200 in super chats for Worski's channel, according to a review by BuzzFeed News. Another debate featuring Mike Enoch, the host of the neo-Nazi podcast, The Daily Show, focused on whether Jews are undermining America through the control of the media and government. It generated more than 1,800 in super chats, including the comment, "Sometimes I hate Jews so much that I cannot sleep." Ah, fucking hell. At least he didn't swear. In addition to Spencer, Enoch and Cantwell, many other prominent white nationalists have been featured on Bloodsport's live streams over the past several months. They include Jared Taylor, White, the founder of the white supremacist magazine American Renaissance, Andrew Anglin, the founder of the neo-Nazi website The Daily Stormer, Colin Robertson, a Scottish white nationalist YouTuber, better known as Millennial Woz, my boy, who's spoken at white nationalist events, and Greg Johnson, editor of the white nationalist website Countercurrents. Many of the debates on Worski Live also included Jean-Francois Garepi, a Quebec-based white nationalist and Worski's co-moderator. He's not anymore, BuzzFeed. You would have known that if you did a little bit of research. I had a wonderful chat with JF. I had an excellent chat with JF. He's a great guy. He's a vegetarian. His favourite vegetables, potatoes. While some live streams or debates, others can be lengthy interviews or simply gab sessions with several streamers hopping in and out of the hours-long conversations as they like. Several YouTube channels post multiple live streams per week, with super chats pouring in from viewers who want to interject their own opinions, reward streamers, or simply have a bigoted remark read aloud by the hosts. A common donation is $14.88, a reference to a white nationalist slogan. The Bloodsports discussions are spread even further by other YouTube channels devoted to clipping the most dramatic moments, as well as by dedicated websites and Twitter accounts. The various personalities and shows also have large engaged communities, trading gossip and memes on Discord, a messaging platform popular with the far right. Discord's popular with fucking everyone, right? You've tried to make this argument so many times, right? Discord is popular with everyone. Everyone is using Discord right now. Far right's got nothing to fucking do with it.
That's mental.
They're fucking, honestly, they try and make that argument all the fucking time with Discord. Everybody uses it. The far right fucking shop in Asda. Ban Asda. While other streaming services like Twitch also have paid commenting systems, YouTube's unparalleled size and reach risk creating a feedback loop of more extreme content, generating more revenue. which in turn fuels more outrageous videos. This was predicted by some people almost immediately after Superchats were introduced, with one Verge writer comparing it to the business model of cam girl porn performers. I'm actually kind of amazed that the titty streamers haven't come to YouTube. In fact, Zoe Burger, whatever happened to her, I think she ended up becoming a bit irrelevant. When you pay to have another person perform your twisted little fantasies, the end result is usually a loss of dignity on all sides. Vlad Savu wrote in March of 2017. I don't know what he means there. I think that was a dig at cam girls. Fucking hell. The ecosystem that has sprung up around these live streams merges the performative, interpersonal drama of professional wrestling with the sensibilities of talk radio and the racist, anti-Semitic and anti-gay vocabulary of 4chan. Again, who means and who memes. And its value is not lost on white nationalists. A writer for Countercurrents recently celebrated the blood sports debates for pushing the Overton window, the range of political views seen as acceptable in public discourse, further to the right. Well, I'm fine with the Overton window being shoved a wee bit, because I am for controlled immigration, not for a shutdown of immigration, right? I'm in for a more heavily controlled immigration, and apparently that makes me a Nazi white supremacist. Like, I still want to allow foreign people to come into the country, but apparently that's unacceptable. White nationalists have successfully colonised a small corner of YouTube and have encountered normies. So weird seeing that in a BuzzFeed article. We find ourselves battling stubborn civic nationalists and slippery libertarians as we push inland towards lush parts of the internet outside our echo chamber, wrote the author. All of a sudden, liberals and libertarians are talking about race realism and ethno-states. Some YouTubers have even applied the Bloodsports formula to real-life interactions. In March, Worski and Guinea joined another live streamer known as Asian Andy. Asian Andy. For IRL Bloodsports. By the way, I know everyone was shrieking at me to follow him back. I followed him back, but he didn't even message me. The three live streamed their journey across Los Angeles, equipped with speakers that blasted out text-to-speech comments from viewers who donated $5 or more. It took mere minutes for the first N-word to be broadcast. It's like, everyone knew that was going to happen. It's like, if you go, oh yeah, we're going to let people do super chats, we're going to basically have a speaker that is going to blast out anything that people send us in super chats. Like, of course that was going to fucking happen. They knew it was going to happen. They were banking on it fucking happening. YouTube told BuzzFeed News its community guidelines against hate speech, harassment and other prohibited content apply to chats as well as videos, and that viewers can flag inappropriate comments. Channel owners have the ability to bring in extra chat moderators, ban specific words and phrases, or turn chats off entirely. The company also pointed to a February announcement that it is taking a harder line on content that brings harm to the broader YouTube community. Donovan, the researcher with Data and Society, said the regularity of hateful comments can have the long-term effect of normalising those views. Actually, it's been proved that it doesn't at all. She stop commenting on a world that you know nothing about. She said that what may start as a very lousy, jokey, trolly way to get laughs can stop being funny and start becoming part of your own value system through repetition. Yeah, people don't get brainwashed that easy.
By themselves.
Yeah, and especially by themselves. Like, they don't say a meme over and over again, and it suddenly becomes reality, and they actually start to think it. Like, they think of the amount of things that get said over and over again. I would probably say that 99.9% of people who can repeatedly use the phrase "Hitler did nothing wrong" as a joke don't actually believe that Hitler did nothing wrong, right? Fucking normies. We are finally starting to understand that it's not always about the seriousness of the ideology or the seriousness with which people take these ideas, she said. The more people get exposed to these ideas and have very little pushback on these ideas, they start to believe through the community that they've formed that these are acceptable and appropriate ideas to have. No, because people are very able to make up their own mind. It's like, people seem to think that these guys get to just exist in the public sphere. Nobody really gets to exist in YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or fucking anywhere and not have their views challenged. Everybody gets fucking challenged. Right, so see these guys' ideas being out in the open, that's absolutely fine because it means they can be debated. Right, which is the entire point of actually having these discussions. Unless it's a fucking circle jerk. Right, but still, yeah. I'm fine with like the individual super chatters getting into trouble from YouTube, but don't come after the channels. But it's a case of all that's going to happen is if BuzzFeed cry about this, all YouTube's going to do is we're not going to punish the channels, we're just going to punish the individual super chatters. See if someone makes a comment, Hitler did nothing wrong, and that person gets banned, the person will just make a new account. So it's not going to work.